All right, everybody. Welcome back to Dead Spot Podcast, episode 16. Back with my guys. We got cousin Ker and Kel here again. We here with our weekly picks. We about to start calling it Dead Spot Picks with the Bros. So we're gonna be doing this week by week, adding it up and see where we at the end of the season. We added Kel on. My guy Rudy Bo will be added next week. He wasn't able to make it today, but we just gonna keep going. So they won't have as many games as me and Kurt. They'd be a little bit shorter, but it's going off percentage anyway. So we'll be able to work it out. Whoever got the best percentage, it'll be cool. It's going to be me either way. So we ain't really worried about none of that. But before we get into these picks, I thought I would introduce my dev spot tier. So I don't know if y'all watch First Things First with Nick Wright, or it's a couple of people that do it, but he do his weekly tiers of his NFL rankings. And I was a little shaky on some of his picks, so I thought I'd do my own. So with these, we're gonna have them out week by week. They're gonna be changing depending on what's going on. But let's just get into it. I got 6 tiers. So my first tier is trash teams. We're gonna start from the bottom and work our way up. These trash teams are just teams that like they got a lot to figure out. They're not even like close to getting to the next step. So it's how many teams I got? 7 teams on this trash tier. We got the Jets. I don't know how y'all gonna feel about this one. I got Philly. I don't like that I got them here, but this is how they playing right now. The Giants, because I was big on the Giants before the season, but they look horrible. So we have to put them where they fit. Detroit, I don't know what's going on with them. This is another team that don't make sense that they here, but this is where we're at with it. Atlanta, they've been struggling. They got talent, but it's just something. They need to get a new quarterback and just get a whole new system and let that just be what it is there. Houston, we know what's going on with D. Watts and all of that, so they just in a whole uproar. And then we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. They seem to be horrible. I just don't know what they got Trevor Lawrence, so they got something to be happy about for the future, but right now, yeah, they're horrible. Moving on to our second tier, we got okay teams, but not quite playoff teams yet. So they still they trending in the right direction, unlike these other 7, but they just I wouldn't have them in my playoff tiers. These teams would be the New Orleans Saints is the first team. The New Orleans Saints is a pretty good team, but I just don't have them going to the playoffs. I like Jameis, but I feel like he's a little too inconsistent. There's no Mike Thomas right now. If it was Mike Thomas, it might be a little different, but with no Mike T, we don't know when he's going to be back. So 1 week the offense look good, 1 week the offense don't. The defense is really good, so that's why they're not even. That's why where they at right now, because the defense is good enough for you to build on moving forward. They just got to get a few more pieces on offense, and they should be okay. Chicago is here. They got offensive weapons. They got receivers. They got a QB now. They need a line. As we've seen, my man, they sent them out there to drown, to die. That was horrible what they did to my man. So they got to fix that O-line and get that together. Their defense is cool. They are O-line away from being a playoff team in my guesstimation. That's how I feel. This next team, Washington. Washington, they got a really good defense, or I can't even say really good. They've been looking a little shaky this year. It's kind of looking like they might have tricked us a little bit. But hey, we can talk about that later. But Washington right now with Heineke, even without Heineke, they had Fitzpatrick, so it was already like we need a quarterback regardless. So they got a lot of pieces though. They get a quarterback, Washington will be scary, and they will be competing for some years to come. The Colts, the Carson Wentz stuff right now, the injuries. I don't know how you sprain both your ankles. I don't even know what that but hey, that's where we at. If he could get healthy, or they could just kind of TY out for the season or whatever, they just got a few things going on. But I do think they got a good team. Pittsburgh. All Pittsburgh got to do is get a quarterback that can bend his knees, and they already trending in the right direction. Big Ben and these knees of his, you can't play professional sports and can't bend your knees. I don't care what nobody says. So until they trade him or get rid of him, it's not going to work. This team had me nervous on Thursday night. Looked like they was finna blow it and had to get moved down the tier. But the Bengals is on the okay team. I feel like they got nice young quarterback. They got weapons. They defenses, what I'm saying? They come together. They offense ain't as ranked as high as it should be, but I feel like they trending in the right direction. Like you got a quarterback and you got some weapons, and and a weapon that he's familiar with. So I feel like they trending in the right direction. In a year or two, they should be in the playoffs, I feel. My Miami, man, Tua hurt. You know what I'm saying? The ribs, man, it's tough for him. So he on that tier. I don't think they're gonna make it with Brissett. Jacoby Brissett? I don't see that happening. And the last team on that tier, the New England Patriots. Like I feel like they okay, they doing cool, but Mac, I'm not saying he's not the answer. He just not the answer right now to be a playoff team. I don't see it, but I do think that they got a decent defense. They gave him some cool weapons that he'll be good with. Maybe next year or so, maybe add another receiver to, you know what I'm saying? Because who their number one right now? Myers?
Aguilar or something like that.
Yeah, Myers, Aguilar. That's not, neither one of them is going to cut it as your number one receiver. So they got to get another guy in there, but.
Kendrick Bourne.
Right, like
Kendrick Bourne, like, and I like the Kendrick Bourne as far as the third down possession receipt, but yeah, you need
not that guy.
You need more.
Not that guy.
Now we moving up into playoff contenders. So these are teams that right now I don't know if they're gonna make the playoffs, but they're gonna be right there in the discussion. So we've already been through 2, 4, 6, 8. We've been through 15 teams. So these next 17 teams are all teams that I feel either will make the playoffs or be competing. So 17 teams. We got 14 spots for the playoffs, 7 on each side. So 3 of these teams will not make the playoffs. And I'm thinking that 3 of these on this line, but playoff contenders is 5 teams. 3 of these 5, in my opinion, right now, will not make the playoffs. Only 2 of these teams will, but they'll all be right there. And that's the Chargers, which I feel good about. Like they just beat Kansas City last week. Hopefully that's something that they could build momentum off of and just kind of pole vault them into playoff contention. The Panthers, like I know they look like they're doing good right now. I think they still undefeated, but I'm not really quite sold on them yet. So it's like I gotta see like how they keep going. But I mean at 3-0, there was no way they could not be in playoff contenders. They had to at least be in that line. Some people might want them higher, but I'm just not all the way. So in the same with this next team, the Broncos, like Teddy B, like I don't know. I know there's a lot of people bigger Teddy B fans than me, but I'm not quite sold yet. But I feel like they off to a good start, but they in a really tough division. And I think it's going to be tough for them to really get through. But at 3-0, they in the mix. And then the Vikings, Minnesota Vikings. It's something about them, man. Like, they not like a really good team, but they not just terrible. Like, they find ways to pull out games. Like, Kerr, you picked them last week to win. I don't know. And even before that, like, they a kick away from having a winning record. They had Arizona beat. So it's not like they just be coming out here and just be getting washed. You know what I'm saying? And Kirk been having a good start. He had a good start to the year. Like he's not going crazy, but he's definitely doing pretty good right now. So I think they still got some room to turn it around and still be in contention. And then lastly, after this week, they might be moving down. But right now, I got Seattle as the last team on this line. I don't know, man. Like our division is just so tough and it's so good. I feel like it would be disrespectful to leave one of our teams out of the playoff contenders bracket, at least this early. Because I feel like it's a lot of turnover that can happen in our division because we still got to all play each other. I don't know. It ain't been no division games yet, so it's still a bunch of games to go. So Seattle could sweep the division and be right there. Like, so I don't want to leave them out because our division 2, I didn't want to disrespect our division. So I left them there. But after this week, after we get to our picks, they might be dropping. Here we go. Now we're moving into the real deal teams. We got our playoff favorites. So these are teams that I feel like is definitely going to make the playoffs at this point. We got Arizona. I feel like they've been looking good. The thing about it is they got a couple games that they could have lost, but you know, when you're a young team and you find ways to pull out these games, like that's kind of good. I feel like building forward, you find like because a lot of young teams finds a way to lose in these situations. They keep somehow squeaking them out. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's good moving forward. It might catch up to them at some point, but right now, and they got an MVP candidate, I feel like they're going to make the offs as of right now. The Titans made this line. Even though they ain't been really playing great, they in one of the worst divisions in football. The Colts are struggling. All of them other teams is not doing it. So they easily going to win their division, in my opinion. So they record don't even got to be that good to be here. They going to be here because they going to the offs. The Raiders right here, they've been looking really good. MVP candidate on their team. I think they first in their division. Well, they tied for first in the division with the Broncos right now. But I feel like theirs is a little bit more sustainable than what the Broncos been doing. So that's why I got them ranked ahead of them. I just feel like, let's not be crazy here. I don't think neither one of them is going to win the division. I don't care what the Chiefs record is. But I feel like they got a better chance of holding on to what they're doing, than the Broncos. And the Chargers, but like I said, shit might be changing after this week. We'll get into the picks in a minute. And then we got the Browns. The Browns should be in there. I don't know. Like, they still got action at the division. I personally don't have them winning the division, but I think a wild card is locked. I think they'll have a really good record. If they don't overtake the Ravens, it'll be like by a game or so. So there's no way they're not going to get. They'll probably be the top AFC wild card. Whoever don't win that division, I got them being the number one wild card spot. So they definitely in, and then Dallas. I feel like I owe Dallas an apology, but I'm not saying nothing yet. I'm going to let them get about 6 weeks in, and I'm going to come on here and say what I got to say. But they've been looking really good. Dak, I asked this question on Twitter. Is he an elite? Is he a tier 1 QB? I don't know. I asked y'all when we get to the game, but I feel like if he's not tier 1, he knocking on the door. And he been balling, and I don't know. So that's my playoff favorites. Now let's get into the nitty gritty, the Super Bowl contenders. So these are teams that obviously they're going to make the playoffs, but I feel like these next is 6 teams on this line. I feel like these are all teams that have a shot. Them and their fan bases should feel good about what they're doing. They should feel good about trying to compete for the championship. The rest of these teams should be happy to make the playoffs or happy to be fighting for it. These teams all have Super Bowl or bust expectations as of right now to me. And the first team is obviously the Bucks. I mean, they are they the defending champions. So it's like, and you bring back your whole starters. I mean, I know they just lost to the Rams, but that was also a really good team. So like, that's nothing to really hold your head on. Even though the game was only a 10-point game, they did get beat soundly. Let's not overstate that. But it was one game with a new quarterback out there. They had never seen him. So I still feel like the Bucks are in good position to still try to get back to defend their crown. Then you all obviously on my second tier, I got the Chiefs. The Chiefs, I mean, obviously they got Mahomes, they got Tyreek, they got Kelsey. Enough is enough. They got a lot. Even though now that we looking at it, past Tyreek, the receiving core looking a little shaky. I said that on one of my podcasts on the preseason, and Dijon Lorenzo looked at me crazy. But it's looking like it's looking a little funny in the light as far as they receiving core. But with that much talent, plus they got on defense, I feel like they'd be right there, if not in the Super Bowl. My Niners, I feel like we lost to Green Bay last week, but to me, it was good and bad in that we got down early, down 17, to fight back from down 17 to take the lead with 30 seconds against a team that also got Super Bowl hopes. I feel like that showed good sign. And we didn't even play good. Like, for us to be able to be in games where we're not playing good, it's not looking good, we making big turnovers. Jimmy had a big fumble, and we still right there. You know what I'm saying? We won, broke up pass away from being 3-0 right now. If we could have just been in the position, if Fred Warner would have been about 4 yards back on that 30-yard Devontae Adams across the field, he'd knock it down or pick it, and we 3-0, and we good. So I don't want to overreact too soon. We got a really big game this week. We need to win that game. I'm expecting us to win that game, so I'm keeping my Niners where they at. The Ravens, hey, man, they got the man, the myth, the legend, Lamar Jackson. As long as he's healthy, as long as he's suiting up, they're in the mix. I don't care. I don't care about what their running back look like. I didn't see it with my own 2 eyes. Lamar is making it happen. Even though Mahomes is the best player in the league to me, there's no more important player than Lamar Jackson to their respective team, in my opinion. What he do for them is next level. Nobody else. Like the Chiefs won a playoff game last year with Mahomes getting hurt. The Ravens could never. That would never happen. They wouldn't even come close. These last 2 teams, I got the Packers. Obviously, they just beat us. They looking good. I mean, I feel like they should be okay. Obviously, you got A-Rod, you got Devontae. They got weapons. Like, they should still be in the mix for right now. And lastly, this team, I actually, right before we came, like, I switched them. They was in playoff favorites, but I thought it was disrespectful, so I brought them back up. The Bills. The Bills, I've been high on them all year. I felt like at the beginning of the season, I predicted that they was the team that had the best chance of knocking off the Chiefs, but they came out and laid an egg week 1. But like I said last week, Josh Allen gonna have a big game against Washington, get back on track, 5 TDs. Diggs still ain't even getting, like, he ain't even killing yet. So once he get unleashed, I feel like they're gonna take off. They right there in the mix. And obviously they're gonna win their division. So they're gonna have a high seed. They might be the 2-3 seed, be right there in the mix. And then we got the last tier, which is the best team in football. It pains me to say it. I don't even like that I'm looking at it on my paper, but this is where we're at. I don't know how we got here, but it's the Rams. And then, to be honest, it's not really that close right now. Like, as far as anything that you could say about them, they looking good on defense. They're looking good on offense. Like, I mean, Matthew Stafford, MVP candidate. He had been kind of getting slept on, but he should be right in the mix, if not the favorite. If not the favorite, right there, number 2. You got Cooper Kupp, who I wanted to ask, but in my opinion, he's the leading voter for Offensive Player of the Year right now. He been killing. They ain't even got Robert Woods involved. I forgot they had Deshaun Jackson. He just comes out of nowhere and catches a 70-yard touchdown just because why not? Like, Aaron Donald out here embarrassing grown men. Did y'all see him get the center and the guard? He took one with the right hand, took one with the left hand, and just threw him out the way like it was us on the line. Like, we was the ones blocking. And he just got to I'm like, I don't know, bro, but you shouldn't be able to do that to people that got kids and wives and families, but that's what he do.
So they got Twitter too, bro. I'm telling you, they got Twitter too.
They got Twitter too. So it's like, for you to be able to just be doing this, I don't know, man. They looking scary right now. They clicking on all cylinders. I thought they was gonna be better with Stafford, but I didn't think it was gonna look this good this early. I ain't nothing I could say about them, but give them their respect. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the first edition of Dead Spot Tears. What y'all think?
I like it. I think that a couple things that stood out to me. I don't know how Pittsburgh is that high. I got him as trash right now. It starts and ends with Big Ben, and it's not starting. So it's ending with Big Ben. I'm telling you right now, I told you on Twitter, bruh, these niggas is in cahoots. Like, there's no way that they say, Big Ben, you the best quarterback out here. Go ahead, try and win us a game, bro.
Yeah.
That old clip from yesterday or last week with the whole old-timey piano and all that, it was disgusting to watch, man. I don't know how you are Mike Tomlin. Yo, what happened is he jinxed it. I was watching the Redskins game earlier this year, and Mike Tomlin apparently told Chase Young, hey, I don't lose enough games to get players like you. You about to, big dog. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. I guess not going to fly. I had them as trash. Everything else sounded cool to me. I think the Panthers are like either contenders or playoff favorites. They're looking nice in the South, man. I think they're overtaking the Saints for that second place spot.
Okay. So Panthers moved up from contender to favorite, and Pittsburgh should be moved down to trash.
And then it's going to sound like hate. I'm going to preface it like this. It's going to sound like hate. But y'all keep saying the Niners is just right there every time. And they are. They're 2-1. Damn near should be 3-0. But the matter of fact is that they played bad 2 weeks in a row. Almost 3 weeks. Lions almost came back. Eagles game was ugly. And the Packers, yeah, it's the Packers, but it's also like you got to win those games. I'm not that high on the Packers either, to be frank. So, like, you know, I think that the Niners should have won that game. But like, it's an uphill battle for sure. I definitely think they still finish second or third in the West, and making the playoffs. But in terms of like flavors or contenders, they might be on the cusp, on the bubble, with Jimmy G as the QB.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna let Kel say his before I got you. I got my notes on the 3 teams you just mentioned. I got you. Kel, you got anything you seen?
You was pretty spot on with everything. There was a couple I was kind of like, I don't know. I still think, I think with the injury to Christian McCaffrey, it's gonna be big to see what the Panthers are gonna do.
Right.
You know, on offense. You know, but that defense is legit. You know,
they also lost Horn.
Yeah, they lost Horn too, and I'm big on Horn, but the Panthers did the smart thing, and when they lost one DB, they went and traded for C.J. Henderson and got Rashawn Melvin. So,
yeah,
I mean, they just read up that quick. So, just to sustain until Horn comes back. But that one was probably the one I'm still kind of like iffy on, just because of their offense. And then when you look at like the teams like Washington, Pittsburgh, Indy, New Orleans, like it's the only problem really is just the quarterback position.
right.
Really. I mean, Washington's defense and maybe the Colts defense ain't what we expected, but right now,
Yeah.
New Orleans defense, I think, will keep them into action. Jameis just got to limit his mistakes. So hopefully, with that 2020 vision he got now,
Right.
hopefully, you feel me?
Right.
He could help limit some of those mistakes. So I would probably move New Orleans up just off the simple fact that defense has just been balling out. Marshawn Lattimore and all of them have just been balling out. But
Right.
other than that, I mean, I think everything else is spot on. Again, I think you got the Raiders as playoff favorites. So yeah, I mean, everything else is pretty spot on though. But yeah.
Okay. So let's start with the Niners take. We should go down. The thing about the Niners is like it's not that I feel like it's overhyped that we've been playing bad. Like we looked really good in the first half of week one, and we got up like almost 30 points. So a lot of times, and that's in all sports, like you get up that much, it's like you stop really like it's teams start, let's see if we can come back like garbage time in. Like no like a lot of teams used to do that, like pat their stats and make it look good, and you could make a game look better than what it is, and then to get to the end and it's like, oh, we still gonna win. And then some fluke shit, like the Kittle fumble was just like some fluky stuff. So it's like, we've never really had any worry about that game. And then the Philly game, we had a bad first half offensively, but defensively, like it was over. Like they only had 3 points in the first half. And then we scored right before the half, 7. And then I don't think they scored again until the fourth quarter. Because I think they end up scoring in the fourth quarter and going for 2. So it ended up being 17-11. So it was 17-3 from the third quarter on. Like they never really, our defense never really had a lull that game. Like Hurts ran a few times, but that's always been an Achilles of ours is the running quarterback. But for him to run around and we had a couple goal line stops in that game. Like those is big things for me because it's like, I mean, this is the league. Sometimes teams is gonna get offense, teams is gonna move around. But it's like bend but don't break. And I feel like we showed a lot in that game as far as that. And then against the Packers, like I said, we started off slow and then they jumped on us. Like they was, as you can see by Aaron, he was really excited to come play us. Devontae Adams is always really excited to come play us. And they just kind of jumped out on us. So like you go, what was the final score? 30-28?
Yeah.
So they go 17-0, and then we go 28-13 for the rest of the game. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not saying, like, I don't believe in, like, good losses. I don't believe in that. But I'm just saying, like, it's not something that, for me to just be like, oh, my God, we lost to the Packers. Like, we just have to, like, I just don't see. Like I said, like, this will be, and this is also with the expectations of us doing our business this week against Seattle. So it's like, this is but my team is kind of looking at it like we can be 3-1, right back on track. That was a game where it was like, okay, we lost, but it's like kind of like the Bucs game. Like they lost to the Rams, and they lost even a little bit more convincingly than we did, but it's still, that's 2 good teams. Like I'm not going to hold it against you this early in the season that you lost to that team. Like just like I got the Packers. If we'd have beat the Packers, I wouldn't have dropped them yet either, like based on how the game went, So like that kind of mattered to me too. Like how is you losing? And it's like, obviously, we still making little mistakes. It's like, if we lose this week, we're dropping. We have to. Or even if we don't look good this week or look deep, like, probably could drop them a tier. But if they come out and do what I expect them to do against Seattle, they'll be fine. Right where they at. And then he said the Panthers should move up. Kel touched on it. McCaffrey hurt. So I don't know if y'all was watching the game, but when McCaffrey got hurt, it looked real funny for that offense. It's like everything they almost didn't do. If the other team they was playing wasn't just so bad, like they might not have won.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
So if he gonna be out for 3 or 4 weeks, they could easily go 1-3, 2-2, and I didn't even look at who their next 4 are, but they could easily go 2-2, 1-3, and be,
Mm-hmm.
And then you said Pittsburgh is trash. This line, so the okay teams but not playoff teams, is like, in my estimation, what I look at it is like, if you only a piece or two like away from being in playoff, then this is where you go. Like, it's like, if I could just get this one thing right, okay, we there. So those are all of those teams. Like Kel said, most of the teams only got, like, they just need a quarterback, or like in Chicago case, they just need an O-line. So like, if you need more than like, if you need like 3 things, like let's say the Jets need a whole bunch to get that shit together. Like Detroit, like to them teams, like I wouldn't put Pittsburgh as bad as like Houston and Jacksonville. I don't know. Like, I see you don't agree. Well, I don't know. I don't think that they're that bad.
Bro, it's tough to say you just need one thing, and it's the offensive line, because it's like there's so much to that. But they have no line, no quarterback. Everything else is fine. But that's a big thing. Like, you can't just piece together offensive line and make it work. Like, you see Cincinnati's needed offensive line for years now. They haven't really addressed it as you should, but like Najee's getting, I think it was like more yards. I'm a big Najee guy. I think he can do it. I think he's gonna have a great career, a great season even. But brother, rushing what, 14 for 40 or something like that, 19 targets for like some other, like, come on now.
That's what I'm saying, man. They need a new quarterback, but they also need a
quarterback, offensive line. They need a couple things. But other than that, they got a lot of talent out wide. Got Najee. Defense is cool. TJ Watt, all that. Like, I see what you're saying in terms of like no playoff and versus trash. I think they are farther away than I think they are on offense.
Okay, so so this week when I'm watching again, I got to really tune in, because if they do, so can we agree on, if next week when these tiers come back out, if they in the trash tier, they're the best of the trash teams?
Sure.
Okay, but if they win this week, they might be fine. Kel, you said New Orleans should move up from okay team to playoff contender. Now, I don't really have a problem with that, because it was kind of hard for me to even put them there. But you got to kind of see where my picks is going to see why they're there. Because it was a couple teams where I kind of thought about what I was finna, like, how I had their game going this week as to why where they at. But you right, opening up the thing, I could have had them as playoff contenders. What are they, 2-1 right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They 2-1. They 2-1. They could have been in the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kel, for you, 2-1. Let's move them up.
There we go.
Yeah.
Getting moved up.
And the hunt for second place.
And they in the hunt for second. I'm disrespectful. And James, my guy, I be arguing for him on Twitter, and they come on here and do him like this. I shouldn't even have did that. Let me go and erase them before I forget. Yes, sir. New entry to playoff contenders, New Orleans. See, we need a good argument. If it's a good argument being made, they could get moved around. Let me see. But like you said, Pittsburgh, we're going to be keeping an eye on them.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on Pittsburgh, keep an eye on my Niners.
Man.
We're going to see how it goes. New Orleans Seattle might be coming down, but that's the new tier. I could get jiggy with New Orleans. I could get jiggy with that. So now we got 18 teams competing for the playoffs. That's about 9-9. So we're going to have 2 teams. So out of that tier now, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 4 of them 6 will not make the off. We will see who they are. But now that that's over with, let's get into the nitty gritty. If y'all didn't see on Instagram, Dev won week 1. But who here to talk about old shit? We here to move forward. So here we go. 1 second. 1 second. Let me see. All right. Y'all ready? Game 1. We got Washington versus Atlanta. Who want to go first?
I got Washington. It's not going to be a good, well, it might be a good game because they're both not playing that well, but I don't know how Atlanta squeaked it out last week, so I'm not expecting them to win too many games after in the season. So I got Washington this week.
Yeah, what you thinking?
I got Washington. It's kind of a no-brainer for me. I think, you just commented and said that defense wasn't looking the best. I think the defense, they'll kind of flex their muscles a little bit and be like, we here. I mean, again, it's the Falcons, but I think Washington would be a little too much for Atlanta.
Yeah, just how I had Josh Allen getting on track against them last week, I got them getting on track this week against Atlanta. Like the offense is this is a chance for them to maybe get a couple sacks, maybe get a pig, force a fumble or something, just kind of get to feeling themselves a little bit. So yeah, we got a clean sweep on that. Atlanta, they're trash.
And Curtis Samuel coming back too. Like I think they'll be nice. Like I got Jamin Davis as my defensive rookie of the year. If it's not Micah Parsons, but it's damn near locked at this point that this might be Micah. But they got a nice little squad, man. They got too much talent to be this bad. So
right.
Yeah.
Next game, this one pretty Houston versus the Bills.
Buffalo.
Easy sweep, Buffalo.
Yeah, it ain't even much to say, but the Bills, if they don't continue on what they was doing last week, then they're also finna drop. They better blow them out. 20 pop. Like real easy. This one was kind of interesting for me. Lions versus the Bears.
I took Chicago. I think they haven't announced the starting quarterback yet, but I think if it is Justin Fields, I hope Matt Nagy's been listening and kind of changes some things up and just like helps him out a little bit. Defense is suspect, so this is like kind of like you said with the get right game for the Redskins and the football team and that kind of stuff. I think this could be his actual like kind of ease into what the NFL might be, and he might get back on track.
Okay,
get on track, I should say.
I picked Chicago as well. I was a little iffy with this pick just because we don't know who the starting quarterback is, and I feel like if you don't go with Justin Fields, it's kind of giving up on them too fast when quarterback wasn't really your problem. It was your O-line.
Right.
I mean, some of the sacks, was kind of on him, but most of them weren't. But I
make some mistakes. Like you can't.
Yeah, you can't expect him to be perfect.
Right.
But yeah, I got Chicago in Chicago. So yeah.
So this is where we differ, my good friends. I took the Lions to get off the Snead. If you're gonna get a win, why not do it right here, right now? This is where you need to get it. Like you can't go 0-17, so you got to find your weeks and be like, hey, this is one of them. No matter who they start, the O-line, turn on that film last week. You need to get some pressure, get it going. Even if I feel like they should go with Justin Fields and just like kind of just don't run 5. Like bring some extra blocking, bring some tight ends, get some extra linemen out there, give them something. But man, the way he coached, I have no faith in it. I'm going with the Lions.
That's a division game, so I ain't mad at it. Anything possible in a divisional game.
Yes, sir. Next, we got Panthers versus the Cowboys.
So I got the Panthers.
Kerr, okay, I'm glad you said that because if you didn't, boy, I was waiting to get on you talking about move them up. But if you would have, okay, boy, you got all right, okay.
I think
I was waiting on it. Okay.
Yeah, Trayvon is balling. I can't lie, Trayvon Diggs is balling, but the rest of the secondary is doing all right. So I think with Terrence Marshall, DJ Moore, you got Robbie going deep. It'll test him, right? No, Christian McCaffrey's big. Chuba looked all right. He's not Christian McCaffrey, but he was all right. So I think that'll keep him in the game. Darnold's been doing pretty good this whole season. Like he's looking like kind of what we were expecting out of USC.
Yeah.
With the Cowboys, if Gallup was in the game, I would think it would be a lot closer. With just Coop and CD, I think that they have enough talent and speed in the back end to cover them. And then as they also have the speed on the edge with Brian Burns and Riddick and Shaq Thompson to kind of either keep Dak in the pocket or just kind of keep shit in front of him. So I got the Panthers in this one.
Okay. Kel, talk to me.
This one was also tough. I felt like this was like a even match game, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna have to disagree with Cousin Kerr, and I'm rocking with Dallas on this one.
Okay.
Yeah. I just think, again, like I mentioned earlier, I think the Christian McCaffrey loss is a little bigger than people are making it seem. I don't know, man. Dallas, I'm always iffy about picking Dallas in anything, but it's too much talent,
Right.
offensively and defensively, for Dallas to not win this game, or to not win this game. So I'm rocking with Dallas.
Okay, so I'm here to break the tie, and I'm going with I got to go with the Cowboys. I mean, like you said, Darnold, people looking really good. I'm not like a anti-Darnold guy, but I feel like McCaffrey, at least week 1, is going to be like a shock for them to be out. So it might be the whole time, but maybe like next week they could get it on track. But I feel like this week it's not going to be that good. Like I don't even think it might not even be that close because Kelly McCaffrey is really raw. Like we got to that's a big part of what they do. Plus Horner, I know you said they went and picked up some other DBs, but we'll see if they come out there flying around like he was because he was balling.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see though. But I got the Cowboys. This next one was also interesting. Colts versus Dolphins.
I like the Dolphins. I'm not sure what they're doing in Indianapolis, to be honest with you. Miami almost had the Raiders last week with Jacoby, who didn't look that bad, honestly. They still have the same weapons. Just defense is cool. It's just a bit of a step down at quarterback. So I got the Dolphins this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the Dolphins as well. I think the Colts lose. I mean, even though the Dolphins lost Tua, I think was it Brissett? I think Brissett is like he's okay enough to get them past Indy, and I think Indy losing Quentin Nelson. I think that's big for that O line. So
yeah,
I got Miami.
Okay, so I wasn't really thinking about the Nelson injury when I made this, but I'm gonna stick with what I said. I'm gonna disagree. These teams that's 0-3, we getting off the schneid this week. I had to go with the Colts. My man, and Carson Wentz, my guy. I don't know if this is me being a homer, but they got you last week, Kerr. Hopefully they don't get me this week. Hopefully they come through. Hopefully at least one of the two ankles and getting a little bit better. Hope maybe both. We'll see. But I'm rocking with the Colts here. Next game we got Browns Vikings.
This one was pretty tough. Like you said, Vikings should damn near be 3-0, probably 2-1, but damn near 3-0. They go overtime with the Bengals, and they're at home too. I just think that Cleveland has too much talent on defense. I think they should get out.
Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kerr go with Cleveland. Yeah, what you got?
When you think about it, man, Minnesota kind of been playing without Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook is that guy.
He didn't play.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like he might try and play this week, but I still think Cleveland might get it done. Cleveland, and I think they might get Odell back on track this week. So
Minnesota 0-2 with Dalvin, 1-0 without him. So I don't know.
Yeah. So I also picked the Browns. Like you said, the Vikes, like they've been close. I didn't know what was going on with Dalvin. I hope he's playing. I got him in fantasy. Last second scratch last week, but I think the Browns. Even though, like you said, hopefully Odell get back on track. Because past Odell, they receiving core not that great either.
Yeah.
With Jarvis out. But I think they're good enough to pull it out. Yeah, I got them too. This one is interesting as well. Giants Saints.
I keep waiting for the Giants to get off the pine. I think they're my second place team in the East. But in New Orleans, the first game in New Orleans back to, no, there's no way. Got New Orleans.
Cousin Kerr said he got New Orleans.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, I'm rocking with Kerr.
Kel said he got New Orleans.
New Orleans, and I kind of, what the Giants 0-3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Keeping it going.
Yeah.
So listen, man, I'm gonna tell y'all like this,
Bruh.
I ain't trying to hear none of that.
Bruh.
Yes, sir. I had to do it. Like I said, Kerr, I beat you out last week, so I'm going out here on the limb. This week we gonna be looking up. Ain't finna be too many 0-3 winless teams no more. The Giants, let's do it. Come on, let's Saquon, let's get it going. Daniel Jones, you looked all right last week. Jameis he did good week 1.
Mm-hmm.
Week 2 he struggled.
Mm-hmm.
Week 3 he looked okay. Even though on the season he only got I don't think he got 400 total yards.
Mm-hmm.
I see something yesterday say he got 390 or 3 something like that. But hopefully this is a week where he struggled again. The Giants, let's do it. I feel good about it. When I looked at the schedule, that was the one I went right to. I said, the Giants gonna get there. So let's see. Let's keep it moving. Come on, Giants, do it for me. Titans versus the Jets.
You talked about 0-3 teams getting their first dub. I had the Titans written down, losing Julio and AJ. It's making me want to say the Jets, but they still got DH in the backfield, so I'm going with Tennessee.
Ooh, he built up the suspense just to say, never mind.
Yeah, man, you had me a little nervous. I was about to say, I don't know, but yeah, I'm rocking Tennessee.
Yeah, I had to rock Tennessee as well because it's like you said, that's big. They ain't got no receivers, but you still got DAs. And I feel like Tannehill is a better runner than we think, so it's gonna be a lot of RP. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's gonna be utilizing his feet. He might have 80 rushing yards this week, Tannehill by himself. So it's like I feel like they're gonna find a way to get out of there.
I hope so.
Chiefs, Eagles.
I got the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Hail to the Chiefs.
Chiefs, blowout.
I wouldn't go. Maybe.
Blowout.
Nah, Philly will put up some touchdowns.
Blowout.
They blowing that ass out.
You said touchdown game?
No, I think they'll score some garbage time touchdowns like the Cowboys game. But
take the spread.
If the Chiefs don't blow them out, man, after losing 2 games in a row, we might have to start talking about they might have some problems. This is a game where they need to come out there and whoop their ass. I'm not even playing with them no more. It's time to do it right now or what's up. Like, they need to come out in 35-14, 42-7. I need real domination.
Josh Gordon's going to be big for him once he starts actually playing because we're not asking him to be Josh Gordon. It's just like, bro, be someone out there.
Yeah.
Just do something.
That's all they – and they don't really – they don't need a lot.
Just do – I'm not asking you to be Flash Gordon, greatest receiver since Jerry Rice, blah, blah, blah. He was killing in 2012, 2013, whenever it was. I'm not asking for that, brother.
You ain't gonna just gloss over that. Like,
no.
Just do that.
You weren't saying that? You wasn't averaging 200 a game? You wasn't averaging 200 a game? They said this man was the truth.
Get out of here, man.
They said this man was the truth.
Oh.
I'm telling you what they telling me. I'm not saying nothing.
Well, whoever telling you, feeding you false information, because hell no.
Listen, it was a couple years ago. It could have changed in my mind. I don't know what happened. Former Raider great Jerry Rice. You never know. But also, I'm thinking about it, bro. I'm gonna switch my Titans pick, man. I'm going with the Jets. They're getting off. They're doing it this week.
What made you play?
I had to think about it. Man. I'm going with the Jets.
That boy all over the place over there.
I had to think about it, man. I couldn't do it. I'm switching it up.
We got it going. Okay, the Jets.
They don't got enough firepower, man. They don't.
Okay, okay. Let's move on to the next one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think defense is that nice.
Yeah, if you on mute.
Kerr, so you switching your pick to the Jets?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Who they starting receivers for the Titans?
Chester Rogers, Josh Reynolds, and Nick Westbrook-Akini.
I don't know none of them brothers, but I know Derrick Henry. I know that name. Yes, that's a big thing.
They got some big boys on the line. Jets will be all right.
The king.
See, so now you're making me feel better about jumping out with the Giants, and because you're gonna take an L right there. So I'm
not getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah,
let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, I feel good about it.
Giants in the first game of the Superdome all season. Woo!
Yeah, they're gonna put on the show.
I hope so. But he's been doing pretty good this whole season, bro. Like, he's not the problem.
2 throwing touchdowns. He's gonna have about 75, 70 rushing yards in the tub. He gonna put on a show. Yes, sir. Saquon, he gonna have a touchdown. Okay. He might even have one of them catching touchdowns I was just talking about. It's on and popping. Watch how they come and do it. They better not let it be them.
He got weapons though. Daniel Jones got weapons for sure.
Man,
he got weapons.
It's a lot of talent. It's just no coaching.
True.
It's a lot of talent.
But you saw, I don't know if people peeped though. Kenny Galladay was blowing up. I mean, he was getting mad. He wasn't getting the ball. Kadarius Toney was getting upset. So I mean, hey,
they should be mad.
They better be feeding them weapons, man.
They should be mad, bro. If I'm Kenny Galladay, I came over here to get paid and to play and actually catch the ball, bro. They're not even looking at him.
Yeah.
He's sitting there on my bench riding right now because they just this the week talk. And I know the Saints got DB Lattimore. I love him. I'm way high on Lattimore, top 3, 4 DB. But listen, man, this is the week. Let's get into. So I didn't have a game of the week. I had 2 games of the week.
Okay.
The NFC West is having a showdown. Arizona and the Rams, the Niners and Seattle couldn't pick one, so we going with both. So, Kel, I don't know if you tuned in the last week, but the way pick game of the week go, I not only need a winner, I need a score.
Ooh.
And I was almost on. If the Bucs had gave me one more touchdown, score would have been perfect. But let me see. What y'all got this week?
Got the Rams at home so far. They look like a well-oiled machine right now.
Kurt with the Rams.
Yeah, they got the Achilles heel of the Cardinals is the secondary, and I think that the Rams got the weapons to take advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
I got to win it kind of big. I got like 34-20.
30. Oh, 2 touchdown game.
Yeah.
34-20. I like it. Yeah.
Oh, I got the Rams too. This was an easy pick for me.
Easy pick.
You said a score. That's funny. I was gonna say like 34, like 34-24, or like 31-21 type game, but they win by 10 for sure, at least.
Listen, they scored 34 twice this season. They've lit up 24 points twice this season. That's a good pick.
I'm
not. So you said 34-24?
34-24. Yeah. But don't be surprised if it's 31-21. I'm just saying.
31-20. Okay, we're gonna just write that with an asterisk.
Yeah.
So listen, brothers.
Oh boy.
I don't know. I got the Rams best team in football. They got there by themselves, looking all nice at the top of the tier. They're going down this week. Sorry, and I don't know. They're taking L. Yeah, they're gonna lose just because, bro. It's like it's the NFL, man. You're not just gonna be running through teams. They had then this is part of the reason. Remember last week, I said the Cardinals was gonna have a close game with the Jags because they was looking forward to this game.
Mm-hmm.
The Rams was not looking forward to this game. They had the Bucs. They were tuned in to where they needed to be focused right then. Cardinals been getting ready for this game for 2 weeks. This is a big game. This is the biggest game of Kyler Murray's short career, in my opinion, right now. Like to date, I don't think he has played no bigger games. He ain't been to the playoffs. He ain't had no almost playoff contention. Right now, this is your chance. 1 o'clock game against the best team in football. Show me some, and I'm not as high on Kyler as a lot of people been, but this is a week for him to show me something. I'm going with the Cardinals, and I'm going with the Cardinals of a score of 38-31. 38-31. It's been a shootout. I mean, both teams have scored over 30 in all 3 of their games. I don't see that changing. Even though the Rams got a really good defense, you know you kind of got to put up to keep up. So, yeah, the Rams. So this is going to be a good week, man. Y'all going to fall way behind me, man. Y'all sure y'all going to change some of y'all picks? Y'all blow.
I'll tell you, man. That chlorine from Little Dev's swim class is getting to your head a little bit, Dev. I don't know. You feel a little cocky after 1 week, my brother.
Y'all going to be like, oh, man.
Get a little cocky after 1 week, my brother. I'm telling you.
So Arizona ain't got no shot?
Now they got a shot. Yeah, they got a shot. Well, with an offense like that, you definitely always got a shot. But
wasn't the game. The defense isn't as horrible as it's coming across. They got some good pieces out there.
For sure.
But see, Jalen on Nuke, it's going to be up to AJ Green, Rondale, and Christian Kirk to do something. I think they can, but they got to do something.
But to be fair, Jalen and DeAndre Hopkins is always like a even matchup.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he not gonna just shut DeAndre Hopkins out, but DeAndre Hopkins also not gonna get off either. You feel me? It's gonna be even. It's gonna be a battle though to see. You know, me being a DB coach and playing the position and stuff. I'm a love that.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's one of the best matches we get every year.
Yeah, for sure.
Every year. So like, I mean, I'm here for it, but I don't know, man. I was looking at some of these games. I said, I don't know. I just feel like this is their week. Now the Rams might still be the best team in football. I'm not saying that this, with that division get tricky. And Arizona ain't beat the Rams, and I think the last 4 or 5 games, it's time for that to change. Yeah. But let's keep it moving. That was first game of the week. Let's move on to the second game of the week. Seattle and the Niners.
I got Seattle. I think the injuries in the secondary, man, is tough to overcome. And you got big boy out wide and DK. You got little man out wide and Lockett. They're taking advantage of it. I think it'll be close because the Seattle defense is.
You hear that? Oh, Raider fan head ass. It become odd when they playing the Niners. It don't matter who it is. Keep going.
Real quick.
I'm getting in my my team building mode. I mean, I was in my team building mode. It's a little bit. But I think that it's gonna be hella close. I think it's I would say 27-24. Maybe like a last second kind of thing as well. I think because the problem is y'all love making games interesting. I think it's gonna be a good game. Like you said, game of the week. I think it'll come down to the end.
Yeah, what you got for us?
My score is close, 24-21, but got the Niners pulling it out. I think it kind of correct their end of the game mistakes from last week, and you cover the best player. So
that's all you got to do.
That's all you got to do. I mean, it's simple.
3-0 if you realize that he a top 2 receiver.
But yeah, I got us pulling it out. It's gonna be tough though. It's gonna be tough. It ain't gonna be easy at all. But I got us squeaking it out.
So I don't have not one. I don't think it's gonna be too many blowout in the NFC West all season. But Kerr, interesting. You said 27-24. I also said 27-24, but I picked the Niners. So I had the same score, 27-24 Niners, though. I do feel like we're going to get off the snide. I just feel like a game like that, like you kind of need them games, especially early. Like, okay, we lost. That's a game. If you're watching film, Nick Bosa came out and said like they had a tough film session where they had to really just own up to a lot of them didn't do what they could have or should have done. I feel like this is a good game against the division. This is a great way to come into a division game angry, upset with how you played last week, feeling like I could do more. So I feel like we'll be up on them, but I feel like, Russ is just known for like bringing it back and making it close. I don't think it's going to be like 24-24 where we got to kick a field. I think it's going to be 27-17 and they're going to score and make it 24 later and try to make it interesting. But I think that we win that game. It's going to be close, but I don't think it's going to be as close as the score say it should, like it was, if that makes sense.
Definitely. I think that's a great point. Like I think it's going to be a really close game. And in close games, usually it's who got the better quarterback. That's how I'm looking at it. Like I think it might come down to like either OT or something, or like a last fourth quarter for sure. And then who's gonna pull it out? I got Russ over Jimmy. So that's kind of how I got that pick.
Can't be mad at that. Can't be mad at that at all. We will see. So to recap, Rams, Arizona, I got 38-31 Arizona. Cousin Kerr got 34-20 Rams. Kel got 34-24 Rams, but with a possible lookout for 31-21. Then for the Niners, me and Kerr got 27-24, but he got Seattle, and I got the Niners, and then you got Kel with 24-21. We sounding good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got 4 more games to go. Let's get into it. We got Ravens, Broncos.
I got the Ravens for sure.
Ravens for sure.
Yeah, Broncos haven't really played anybody. Yeah, they shut him out. Teddy's been balling.
Yeah.
But they beat the Jets, the Jag. I think their combined teams are 0-9. So we'll see if there's a real test now with the boy coming in. But I think our defense. Oh, my bad. Ravens defense coming in. They've been playing all right. Ravens offense. Rashad Bateman's coming back this week. Le'Veon Bell just got activated.
Definitely.
Let's make a shake.
For sure. Kel?
Yeah, I got Baltimore as well. The one game Lamar and them lost, we all saw that, and that was kind of fluky, but that's another topic for another day. But I got Baltimore. I still feel like Baltimore is in that hunt for the that Super Bowl contending type team. I think they're one of the best teams still in the league. So Baltimore for sure.
Yeah, definitely think they're gonna pull it out. So we got a clean sweep in this one. Steelers, Packers.
Come on, man. Green Bay. Come on, man.
Herman had the Steelers winning another game all season. The way he talked.
They're in cahoots, my brother. I'm telling you right now, them niggas is in cahoots.
They might not get another one. Kel, it's looking bad for them.
This ain't a farewell tour. This is a get out of town tour, bro. They done with him. He's out of there. Toast. Get him. He's out. Peace. Malik Willis, welcome to Pittsburgh.
Malik, hey. Man.
Yeah, I got Green Bay as well.
Clean sweep on that. Steelers ain't there for the Packers.
Yeah.
But be careful though, because them the type of games you win the week before against a good team. And Rodgers, you want to talk about ego. His ego is there. You know what I'm saying? That could be an upset alert game, but I'm not going to be the one to say it. But that could be one to be a little careful for out of them afternoon game. We got 2 games left. Prime time, man. Come on, man. Tom Brady going back home to see his people. He's going to be crying. The family. He got to hug the security guards. He got to hug the bread boy, the water guy, all his peoples. He going to have 100 family members there. You know what I'm saying? What he going to do? He going to come in, or the Pats he going to be crying too much to throw touchdowns? What we looking like?
I think they got him. Tom's going to handle business. First game back, prime time. AB's back. Mac Jones on the other side too. I don't know.
Blowout?
No. I don't think it's going to be a very high scoring game. I think that Bill will do well enough, but I don't think they have enough offensive firepower to keep it up. Like I would say low. If I were to put a score, I'd say like 23-10 or something like that. 23-13.
Okay. Kia, what you got?
Blowout. Tampa.
Blowout.
Tampa Bay. This might be the first Sunday night game that's like, all right, let me see what else is on TV because this is over with.
Yeah.
Because, if you think about it, all the Sunday night games been pretty good. And I think this might be the first one that might be like, all right. Like, it might be a sight to see because, Tom back there, Gronk back there. You feel me? If Gronk play.
He hurt. He didn't travel.
Oh, no, yeah, he out.
Oh, okay. So,
travel.
But you said AB coming back. So, AB, Godwin, Evans.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need.
So, damn, Gronk is out. OJ Howard, Cameron Brake, get your ass in there. It's not like it's that much of a fall off, bro.
Right?
All right. They'll be all right.
So week 4 is upset week, right? So I've been thinking. Well, week I've been looking at the Patriots. I don't know, and then I said, gotta go with the Bucks. I didn't pick too many upsets.
Oh my God, you had me worried for a second there.
Bro, it's something about coming back home in football that it'd be different, bro. He spent 20 years there. I feel like I really feel like they had a shot. I really want to say it. But I'm gonna go with the Bucks. I'm gonna play it safe since I already jumped out here a few times. So I can save me a couple points out. If I do lose this week, it won't be too bad. I'm gonna go with the Bucks. But everything in me want to say the Pats. If the Pats pull it out, you're going to see an upset brother on Twitter. I'll tell you that. Clean sweep of the Bucks, I guess. Kel, you said blowout, right?
Yep.
Okay. Last game. Man, I want to say the Patriots. I'm going to stick with the Bucks. We're going to stick with the Bucks. Last game, Monday night, Courier, boy, they got the prime time. Raiders versus Chargers.
I have the Raiders. So I saw something on Twitter. I think it was StubHub reporting like 73% of the fans that bought tickets are Raider fans. It's damn near finna be a home game. It's like how y'all play in Dallas or something like that. Like it's damn near finna be a Raider guy. Oakland, LA, Las Vegas, whatever it is. There's gonna be a Raider stadium. DC going crazy. I think the Chargers got a lot of talent, man. I think this will be like the first real test for seeing what Gus Bradley's defense is going to do. They got a lot of weapons outside. We'll see if Casey Hayward and Trayvon Mullen are up to the task. But I think 4 receivers over 200 yards so far this season, man. We'll be all right.
Okay. Kel, last pick for you.
I got Las Vegas.
The Raiders as well.
I got Las Vegas. If people watched our last episode together at the event, if you didn't, go watch that. But I got the Raiders as that sneaky AFC wildcard team to make the playoffs, and I mean they're not letting me down so far. So I still think the Raiders. I think this is gonna be a good game, though. I think this is gonna be a real good game. I'm excited to see Derwin James. Prime time. I think this is gonna make up for the blowout we're gonna see Sunday night. This Monday night game is gonna make up for that. So it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a fun one. But yeah, it's gonna be hella fans down there from Vegas or the Raiders. Who knows where they fan base at? They all over the place.
Worldwide.
I don't know about that, but but yeah, I got Vegas.
Right. I'll be trying.
For me, man, like Kel said, if you watched the early episode at the Baseline event, go tune in. Shout out Baseline. I got the Chargers going to the wild card. Mm-hmm. I got them being the second team in their division. So with that being said, this is the type of game that they need to win at home. Even though the fans not gonna be in their favor as much, I get that point. But I mean, you just want to beat Mahomes last week, man. Like you need to. If you're a playoff team, them type of wins you go and you build momentum off of, and you roll off a couple games. Like I do feel it'll be a close game, but I got the Chargers pulling it out. Man, I think Justin Herbert gonna do his thing. I think he outplayed Derek Carr, not by a lot, but I don't know. I'm not gonna say I got Derek Carr like reverting back to what he was, but he been playing out of his mind right now. I think he kind of cooled down a little bit. I think I got the Chargers pulling this out.
And if these damn Raiders win, man, it's gonna be hard to get on Twitter. It's gonna be hard to talk to any of these niggas about anything because these Raider fans think they won the Super Bowl. They go think they won the Super Bowl. Right. Oh, we 4-0. Oh, it's over with.
Another week. That's another week.
Nah, can't tell y'all fans
team
that.
Up. Next team up.
Anyway, that is not how y'all move.
That's not how y'all move.
No, don't group me in with these other ones. No. I'll keep it a buck. We're looking good now, but I've been a Raider fan for too long to know this is going to stay on all season. I don't think Derek Carr's throwing for. I think he's on pace for 6K yards. No, brother. I just don't think it's this week that he takes a step back.
He really, bro. He had 1,200 yards through 3 weeks. That's 400. That's 400. That's 6,800 for the 17 games. He on pace to throw for 7,000. So it's like
not gonna.
That's where, and I'm glad you said that. Curse will come over to the dark side, man. This is the week that the shit changes. You said it got to change.
It might be the Chiefs week. I don't know about this. We got a couple winnable games up here.
Okay. So listen, y'all. We got another week done of picks with the bros. This could be either a really great week for me or it could all fall down. But I really feel good about all my picks. I did a lot of I've been looking at them all week. I feel good. Hopefully y'all feel good about it. We will see how it come out. We got a lot of games that differ. So it should definitely be interesting to see how some of these games play out. My good brothers, appreciate y'all for coming on. I'll see y'all next week. We can talk about what our record's looking like. So y'all start looking at the new game because I'm telling you, I'm coming every week with some heat. Hey, like, subscribe, and comment on YouTube. I'm going to put my tiers out. I'm going to have it out on social media. So if you want to see it or comment, hey, man, it's no sensitivity about this. If you feel like my tiers is trash, let me know. Let's debate. OG Dev 5, Dev Spot, Dev's Podcast, also on Twitter. Reach out. We can talk about it. I can tell you why every team is where they at. If you didn't get a clear enough explanation here, let me know. And if it changed next week, that's the point. It's going week to week. So don't be here like, well, Dev, you had this team here. Now they're here. Did you see the game Sunday? Tune in. You'll see they getting moved on how they playing. So my brothers, much love. We're out of here.